What's up, everyone? It's Malik Hicks here. Just to let you know something before this video starts, and it's that I have a video segment on the Ultimate Sports TV called Ultimate Questions that I'd really love you guys to enter your questions in. It's a Q&A segment, but how do you enter your questions in? Well, if you're on a computer, just go to the discussion section and just go type in your ultimate question and whatever you'd like to ask me. It could be an NFL-based question, it could be an NBA-based question, and I will answer your question in a video in the series The Ultimate Questions, the Q&A series, with other questions in that video. But how do you submit a question on a phone? A computer and a phone discussion section is very different. All you have to do is press the little arrow and go to the discussion section. All you got to do is enter your ultimate question. Now enjoy this video. You're back. Hey, we back. Welcome everyone to this episode on the Ultimate Sports TV. Guys, today, with all that's transpired with the 76ers from the past few months and even the past few days, I will tell you if they will make it past the first round this year in the NBA playoffs with all that is going on with their team. But before we get into this topic and I tell you if they will make it past the first round, please don't do yourself a disservice. I care about what is good for you guys. Subscribe to the Ultimate Sports TV if you haven't already, because if you aren't, you are missing out on a lot, because this is the hot spot where you get lots and lots that's hot from the Ultimate Sports TV spot. So go ahead and click that red subscribe button and join the TUS TV squad. Then like this video, share this video and YouTube channel, then comment what you think about if the 76ers will get past the first round this year in the playoffs down below. But now let's get to this. Lots for the Sixers have transpired in the past few months and days. Guys, Ben Simmons is out for the rest of the season. He will not play in the playoffs or the rest of the seeding games. Will the Sixers make it out of the first round? Well, I just said Ben Simmons is out. So no, and there's lots of other reasons why they won't make it out of the first round, but as much as I root for the Sixers sometimes, they won't make it out of the playoffs. I gotta be truthful here. They're losing a superstar in Ben Simmons. A superstar that really makes your team relevant, because maybe with Joel Embiid this year, they might not be where they are, although they did underachieve this season. If they can underachieve with Ben Simmons, they can definitely underachieve without him. Now, there's lots of questions if him and Joel Embiid can coexist in the offense. Although that might be a problem, you're still taking a superstar away from your team. Ben Simmons is so valuable to the Sixers because he's an all NBA passer. If that was an award, he's one of the best passers in the NBA. He's going to be on an all defensive team this year. He's a solid mid-range shooter, but he is a great presence in the paint. He's a paint threat when he's inside. He's a good scorer in the interior, guys, but he is also a guy who can get you stops in the playoffs. Ben Simmons is a guy who will help you get stops in the playoffs, and that's something you really need in the playoffs. You need to be able to get stops, because if you don't, you will have no chance of winning a championship. Hey, defense wins championships. They're also losing a playmaker in Ben Simmons. Playmakers are where they thrive in the playoffs. They are losing Ben Simmons. Although Joel Embiid is great and he has Tobias Harris and Al Horford by his side, him and Al Horford can't even really coexist. And Tobias Harris, he's not that guard. He's great, but it's not enough. If it wasn't enough this year, how is it going to be enough in the playoffs? Not only do they not have Ben Simmons, they don't have the depth. They've got some solid players on this team, and they really need three-point shooters and that really good shooting guard for them that can control the tempo of the offense too. Matisse Thybulle is an okay three-point shooter, but that a rookie, you're not going to really want to rely on a rookie in the playoffs. Also, they got Korkmaz, who is a good, capable three-point shooter, but he is not a consistent guy. He is a streaky three-point shooter. They don't need streaky guys in the playoffs. They need guys who can be consistent with the way this team is looking right now. They don't have enough depth, and they were atrocious away from home this season. Last time I checked, the Orlando bubble is not at the Wells Fargo Center. The Philadelphia 76ers were under 500 when they were away from home. They feed off of that crowd and energy. And you ever heard of home court advantage? It really, really benefits teams in the playoffs. They're at a neutral site. They won't have fans. It's going to be kind of not great for the 76ers as it wasn't in the regular season, but they are also missing players from last year. Who got them to the semifinals last year? Who almost got them to the Eastern Conference Finals last year, helping along Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid? It was Jimmy Butler and JJ Redick. They are missing JJ Redick's experience. They are missing his knockdown three-point shooter. He's a consistent three-point shooter. He's clutch, and he's got amazing transition defense, and he's a good perimeter defender. Now, we could talk about all day about how Jimmy Butler and Joel Embiid were such great teammates and such good friends, and it helped. But they are also missing his playmaking. He is a great all-around player. He's a great defender. He's a great clutch shooter. He's a good three-point shooter. He can control the tempo of an offense. He can score inside. He can really do everything for you on the offensive end and the defensive end. They are missing Jimmy Butler and JJ Redick. They were the guys who kind of held up that team last year when they are trying to get to big places. They need them to kind of just put those last pieces on the Sixers. I don't know how they let Jimmy Butler go, but it was a mistake because they are definitely going to miss them in the playoffs this year. Just looking at how far they could have gotten in the playoffs last year if Kawhi didn't hit that shot, and how far they gotten almost getting to the Eastern Conference Finals and getting to the semifinals. But speaking of all this, them not getting to the not getting past the first round stuff, who are they even playing? Are they playing bums? Are they playing guys who aren't ready for the playoffs? Well, no. They're playing the Boston Celtics, guys who have three 20-point-per-game scorers on their team and great depth. They've got Kemba, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. They've got Daniel Tice, Enes Kanter, some great centers. They've got Robert Williams. They got Marcus Smart. They got Gordon Hayward. They have all these guys that have been in the playoffs and can help them a long way. They're a great three-point shooting team. They're a good defensive team. They're not great, but they're a good defensive team, and they're well coached. I don't know if the Sixers are well coached enough, even without a crowd, to even get past the series, even without one of your main stars, Ben Simmons. They will not get past the Celtics. They just simply don't have enough, and they don't really have the right build-up right now. They don't have that crowd. They don't have the right coach, in my opinion. They don't have Ben Simmons. The Celtics have all they need, while the 76ers do not. They are missing Jimmy Butler. They are missing JJ Redick. They are going to miss Ben Simmons. Now let's get to the coaching situation. Brett Brown. We talk about how bad the road record was this season for the 76ers. Well, the coach has got to handle that. He's got to bring the team together, and it's just been kind of bad chemistry for the 76ers this year. Who do we blame that on? Really? Brett Brown. You got to come down to the coach at some time. You look at everywhere on the team, but you got to look at the coach. If this team had better chemistry this year, I believe we'd be seeing them in a 4th seed like the Miami Heat are, because they just had great chemistry. But the 76ers don't. You can really just bring that down on Brett Brown. They did not have great chemistry. They need a good coach in the playoffs to kind of keep them together. Brett Brown is not the guy, so I kind of expect him to be gone after the season, or Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons to be traded. Now, to Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, can they coexist in the same offense? It's really looking like they can't. So if Joel Embiid goes nuts in the playoffs and carries the 76ers to the second round, the Sixers may be looking at trading Ben Simmons, because, hey, maybe we need to get Joel Embiid a good guard to go along with him, because really, Ben Simmons and him can't coexist. And if he's putting up monster numbers without a superstar, which I don't think will happen, he'll still be great, but he won't be just wow. He won't wow us totally, but if that happens, I believe they will trade Ben Simmons. But to me, they will not get past the first round, guys. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Will the 76ers get past the first round in the NBA playoffs in the NBA bubble this year? Tell me what you think in the comments below. Am I right? Am I wrong? Tell me. What's your opinion on this? This is the Rank of the Ultimate Sports TV, signing off. Peace, and I'll see you next time.